Okay, it's time for today's CSS Battle. Let's see what we've got. Interesting. Uh, hmm. Let's start by doing it all on the background. Yeah, let's just go for that. Let's actually do conic gradient. And then we'll add it an at 100, 100. That'll get us that bit. Right. And then we want a radial gradient at, what's the middle of that going to be, about here? So let's call it 150, and then 0, and do it transparent for 50 pixels radius, and then that to what? Let's just see what we think that is. 70 to 100, so 30 pixels. 150, which will make that 80, and add a 0. And then we want transparent again. Hit a comma. Oh, we also want a 1Q. Make it a circle, because that actually provides, if you've only got one digit in there, it supplies that twice in effect, so the ratio is 1 to 1. And then we want to shift that down, so 0 on that way, and what, 100 pixels down maybe. Yep, that looks good. And then all we need is that teeny tiny bit. Now, how do we want to do that teeny tiny bit? We could do it with a linear gradient and some messing about. And some no repeats. Yeah, let's do it that way to start off with. Linear gradient. Just make it that. And then move it. Well, hang on, let's do 0 first, and then let's make it 210 wide, maybe. So 210, 150, 60 wide, and 30 pixels high, and no repeat. Then this wants to be not 150, how about 90 pixels? Oh, maybe 150. 150 would have been right first time. Damn it. Okay, let's give that a go. And that is a 100% match. So let's do Minify unit replace, get rid of that. Okay, 192 characters isn't bad. Now, are there other ways we could have done this? Could do it as 3 elements. Might be tricky as 3 elements though. There's nothing centered. That is the middle is 100, isn't it? Yeah, the middle of that is 100. Okay. So can I do something silly here? Let's start from an element template. We'll leave that width and that height. We'll make that background this color. And we'll set margin to 0, 0. Well, we can just do 0. We'll change this background to this color. Beautiful. Then we bring in the second P. So, oop, that was a C. And the plus P. Margin 0. 30. What? Why don't I do star instead of body? That's better. That'll in fact do. We'll actually make that PD. And anything with D can have this background. We'll make a PB for borders. Border radius 50%. Border 30 pixels solid. This color. Now then, let's take that out. And then let's do border width 50, 50, 50, 0, 0. No. Oh, we're not going to be able to do that. Not without specifying border color. So that one and that one. Not that one. We can't. Well, okay. What we'll do is we'll actually leave that as a 30 pixel solid border right the way round. And then we're going to use a clip path that is just the bottom. So we start at poly 0, 50% down, 0, 100% down, 100%, 100%, and 100%, 50%. And we'll actually spell polygon correctly by giving it a gon. Then we're going to minus 50, 60, 70, 80. And increase that 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. That gets us that, and that. And then all we need, let's, where did we set the first? We didn't set the first margin because it's 0. Good. Okay, cool. Cool. Then the third bit is just we might as well just add one more P. That's P. And then we set its height to 30, width to 40 should cover it, I think. Give it a dark background. No, 50, 60. Zero, and then 150. Why is that hidden? Oh, why is that hidden? If I do 250, it comes out there. 200. 170 should have been. Why? Why is that hidden? Oh, because of that clip bar. Oh, good God. Okay. Let's do D and B the other way around, maybe. And also make this a small box. Then this doesn't want to be that. How about 0, 1/5? Yeah, 0, 150 would be about right for that. And then on the back of this, we want minus 150, 120, 110. And then this only wants to be 90 across, 70. A clip path is still clipping out my path. What happens if I use a mask instead and use a linear gradient? Transparent, 50% red. Why is this not showing up? See, that's the last one. That's doing a mask. Oh, because that's got a background set of this color. Let's actually make this one be transparent. Then we'll get everything, and then just do ampersand background that color. I don't know why I'm indenting all this, because very shortly we're going to minify it and unit replace, and I don't think it's going to be shorter than my first answer anyway, so whatever. But yes, that was it. It was because it was getting covered by the background. So minify, unit replace, get rid of the last 3 characters. Yeah, it's still not as short as the first one. So we will review the first one. And then we are going to end this video. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.